Hey guys and girls, it's Derpy Dash, Boyskin here, and yeah, I think I might actually go back to that name now, because screw it, it's been in my head forever now. What we're going to be looking at here is 4 to 5 different laptops here. I'm kind of considering, because I'm going into particular, art program at the college that involves 3D game creation and some 2D art. And also 3D animation. So I figure, because my whole thing is do the homework while I'm at the college, and then relax when I'm at home, I'm going to need a rig for on the go. Yeah, I technically could take myself a two-way, three-prong power plug with a mini ITX and a portable screen. But let's be honest here, nobody wants to fucking do that. And I don't even know how well equipped the school's PCs are for doing most of the work, because I think a good majority of the assignments would end up being homework anyhow. So, in that case, we're looking at, well, what are gaming laptops. That'll be my huge productivity suite for video editing and animation creation and game creation on the road, basically. Because because I'm visually impaired, I can't drive. So I take the bus everywhere. And so it kind of gives me a little bit of an opportunity to kind of get some work done on the way to and from school or on long road trips. I can do the same, as well as, watch some movies on my free time as well. Because I don't want to lug around a desktop everywhere I go, whether it was mini ITX or not. So, here's the ones I'm kind of looking at right now. We're going to start off with the most expensive and go to the least expensive. Because here was my main mistake I ended up making my first time going to college. Mind you, this is my second time going to college, where I'm actually trying to succeed here. First mistake is I bought a fucking MacBook. I was driven by everybody, including a cousin or two that were huge Macintosh fans, like hardcore. Told me media creation, all that stuff's best on the Mac, when PCs do it just as well if you have the right specs. Which most PCs that are capable of doing that are way out-speccing the Mac systems left and right, regardless. So, and any custom-built rig will do way better than whatever Apple can put out. So, in that case, we are Apple's out of the question. So I'm trying to get bang for the buck here. So, first one we're looking at here is the MSI GT72 VR Dominator with an i7 6700HQ. I could get the HK model, but that's a little bit more out of my price range. I'm trying to go within 15 months months or less of saving $100 each month. Out of my $753, I get in Social Security every month, because I'm trying to save up for something to help me in schooling that I can deal with at the cafeteria. So, because my plan is I spend about 3 hours before class doing homework at the school, and then I spend another 3 hours after class doing homework at the school. So that way, I can relax when I get home, just kick back and have some fun, while still taking my school seriously. So, these will be used for both gaming and productivity. We got 16 gigs RAM, this one actually can be fully upgraded to, I think the max I heard Linus say that one of these would end up going to, it got RAM capped at like 32 gigs. So I could possibly put 32 gigs on there and run VMware or whatever. But I'm not really going to go that far. And then a 120 gigabyte SSD with a 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM storage drive. But though I'm probably going to open this up day one and pop in transfer over the 2 terabyte I currently have in my HP entertainment laptop right now. So, because that thing is getting replaced. And this has a 1060 in it. I mean, a full 1060. VR ready. I mean, I could develop some VR games on this. But I'm not about the virtual reality fad. Oculus and HTC Vive, it's just a fad. This will die out. I give it about 4 years before it's dead. It's going to be like the Kinect. So, but it's the most bang for the buck, and it has good audio, a really great screen, really great keyboard by SteelSeries, and more USB ports than I know what to do with. There's like 6 on board. So, then, next on the rocket is the Asus ROG Strix. And I'm actually also going for the dumber because it's the 17-incher. Gives vision. The ROG Strix GL502 VM. And this has the GTX 1060, Intel Core i7 6700 HQ, 16 gigs DDR4, 1 terabyte 7200 RPM. I believe this also has a M2 slot in there. Thus, I could pop in an M2 SATA drive and put the OS on there, which it would be my plan anyhow. But, you know, packing a pretty good set of specs there. Then we got the HP Omen. All these have the same processor. That's what I was going for, and just about very similar spec-wise. It's just price at this point in features. Which, I like the SSD and mechanical hard drive combos. Due to the factor, I know the SSD would store the OS, thus fast boot times. And that's something I would want. And according to the spec sheet, we got a GTX 960M. Not the best, but it's about mid-range. And then one I am kind of convinced on a little bit is the Lenovo Y700. Though this one is a 15.6-inch screen. I could probably find a 17-inch. Who knows? But once again, Core i7, 6700 HQ. Only difference is this is 8 gigs of RAM, but I believe it has a second RAM slot. So I could probably tackle in another 8 gig stick of DDR4 RAM. 1 terabyte HDD. Though I heard in a review, this has an M2 SATA slot. Thus, I could put an M2 SSD in there later on down the line if I wanted to. Though I might swap out the main hard drive this comes with the WD Black Square, which is both of those in a combo, basically. which is actually the main combo that we've been seeing for these past 3 laptops, and that is a 128 gig SSD and a 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive. And that combo unit is such a good thing, especially with the SSD being for the OS. And for one of my favorite music games of all time, Stepmania. So, and this is the cheapest model. I'm just going for like whatever the stock base that I saw these at, and then just upgrade later. And that's another thing I was looking at was upgradability, which all 4 of these have. I'm just wondering, which of these 4 would be best for both gaming and media creation, which is what I'd be doing for college. And plus, I'm just looking for an all-around console killer laptop. I'll be able to play some emulation of GameCube, Dreamcast, PS2 on the go. I don't really care too much for original Xbox, because the only 2 games really worth of note, or there's actually only 4 games worth of note for the original Xbox I own, which my current original Xbox is kind of toast. The power supply has gone to shit, and the DVD drive has also gone to shit. So, which were Counter-Strike, I got Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Half-Life 2, have that. Halo 1 Combat Evolved, have that. And Halo 2, have that. All of them been released on PC. And we're about to get Halo 5 Forge mode soon. Or Halo 5 Forge multiplayer. Only PC game. Which will be great. Forza series, that's going to PC. That's great. So, a good majority of the Xbox exclusives I want to play are on PC. No need for consoles anymore. The only console I'm even going to keep around anymore is the Nintendo Wii U. And that's also the reason I'm getting rid of the GameCube. Because the Wii U, I have an emulator for it called Nintendon't that basically will play any GameCube games that I tried it. And with any of these PCs, I could run Dolphin emulator with no problems. So, that's the reason. I'm just getting out of the console game. So, tell me down in the description, which of these 4 laptops would you say would be the best bang for the buck out of these 4? To recap, we got the Lenovo Y700, the ROG Strix GL502VM, HP Omen 17-inch, and to top it off, the MSI GT72 VR Dominator. Leave your comments down below of which you think would be the best bang for the buck when it comes to running programs such as Maya, Lightwave, 3ds Max, Premiere. Media creation software. So, put it down below, especially for someone who's a road warrior like myself. Peace out.